How do you guys prep for sessions that you have no idea what's going to happen?
The two things that I found that work really well when doing session prep is modularity and storyboarding. So with modularity, whenever you're doing any of your campaign planning, you want to make sure that you break each of the adventures or sections into chunks that are movable, that are interchangeable. You can move these around regardless of what the players are going to do. You can move an adventure to being in a different town. You can move the adventure to being into a forest if you really have to. But you can just adjust things to make sure that regardless of the players what their actions are, so that they have the freedom to choose whatever they would like to do, you're still able to shift and move the story to still adapt to their choices. You might have to change up some NPCs, you might have to change up some locations, but for the most part, the adventure should be able to work regardless of where you're going. The second one is storyboarding. So that's what I like to do whenever I'm planning for sessions or even like maybe arcs. I will pick out very key components of the story that I want to hit, certain story beats that I think I'll be able to hit each session. And then I'll sort of like make a little map for it. Sometimes I draw a little picture, something. It's really whatever I'm feeling at the time, but essentially plan it out kind of like how people plan out TV shows and movies. You plan out like what are the story beats you want to hit, where do you want to get the characters to go, how are you able to do this without just like a heavy railroading layer, unless that's what your players like, then I mean by all means, but there's nothing wrong with railroading. Anyways, so you want to modular create like your story so that you can move it around no matter where they're going, what they're doing. That way you're sort of always in control of like what you need to do that session, and you want to be able to storyboard your stuff so that you know what story beats you want to hit for each session or for the arc, and you don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't need fine details. You don't need a ton of notes. You just know what you want to do. And after that, it's just practice.